Welcome. If this is your first time joining us, my name is Cyndi Williams. I'm known as a travel career coach, and this is my show, Bliss to Abundance. If you are listening on our podcast, you can catch the show. If you want to see the show, sometimes we share different things and fun things, and you get to see how we have the set decorated and all that good stuff. You can catch us on YouTube. We also have a Facebook community called Careers on Vacation that I suggest you join because we're constantly giving you amazing tips on how to grow your travel business. So my purpose in life is to help and inspire people to follow their bliss into abundance. It's why I created the Bliss to Abundance show and why we're here today. And we have the most amazing topic. We're going to talk about why I hate the word hustle. And I know you're going to say, Cyndi, like, we got to hustle. We got to get it done. We got to get the work done. I get it. No one understands. Other people might understand, but trust me, I keenly understand hustle because I lived in that environment, in that mindset for so many years. I actually, I grew up in the Midwest. And in the Midwest, if you're from the Midwest, pop a little comment or give me a little emoji. There is and in other parts of the country too, but especially in the Midwest, it is a you work hard, you'll be successful mentality. And my dad worked 7 days a week, most of his career, worked past retirement. I have friends, I just visited Grand Rapids last week and was talking to one of my best friends, and her dad is still working. He's like, what am I going to do if I retire, right? So there is a mindset. You work hard, you're successful. You work hard, you're successful. So that's what I did. I grew up in that. I was programmed, if you will, in that. I had that philosophy. And through high school, I had 3 jobs at a time. I did insurance quotes. I worked at Kmart, Employee of the Year. Thank you very much. And I waitressed while I was in high school and in extracurriculars like tennis and musical and all the things, right? Because you work hard, you'll be successful. You work hard, you'll be successful. So I get the hustle. Even when I had my first travel agent job, I still worked at Olive Garden on weekends because it was like, I have all this extra time, right? What am I supposed to do? I should be doing something, right? Work hard, work harder, work harder, harder, harder. So I stayed in this cycle really for years. And there's a better choice. And that choice is called alignment. I love the word alignment. I love the philosophy of alignment. I love what alignment does for us to help us grow in all aspects, in our life, in our business, in all the things. And really, I didn't get really, really successful until I keenly understood this. And here's what I want to make you think about it for a second. What hustle feels like versus what alignment feels like when you are moving towards any goal. Maybe travel, having a huge, awesome travel business isn't your thing, and you came across this live stream. Same thing applies to anything you want to do in your life. Hustle feels like chaos. Alignment feels like clarity. Hustle feels like busy. Alignment feels like strategic, right? You're still working, not saying you're not going to work hard, but it feels strategic and it feels like it has forward momentum and it feels like it has purpose. Hustle feels like fighting. Alignment feels like evolving. When you're doing, I always like to use the recommendation or the scenario, if you will, to explain, like, if you're chasing 3 rabbits, you're not going to catch any. And I think that's such a hard message for a lot of you guys where you want to do everything. And I get that, but that's why a lot of times you chase all these different things and you're hustle. I'm going to hustle. I'm just going to work harder. I'm going to work harder. And then you end up overwhelmed. You end up frustrated. You end up not making much progress on all the little things you're trying to do. That's how hustle feels versus alignment when you're moving forward. A lot of times it can feel like discouraged versus inspired, right? So like when you're hustling because you have so much to do and so much busy work and so much chaos and so all the things are in your brain all the time, a lot of times you wake up and go, oh, what do I got to do today? I have this and I have this, and then maybe I'm gonna have a little time for my travel business at the end of the day. Alignment feels like, oh my gosh, oh, the alarm clock went off. Let's get to it, right? I have stuff to do, but it's moving forward in purpose and in clarity and towards a unified goal, if that makes sense. A maze, right? Chaos, hustle feels like a maze versus having a map. How many of you guys feel like that? Like you want your business to be successful. You want to get to that goal of getting to wherever the end point on the map or the maze is. When you're in hustle process, you're running chaotically. Let me be the first one through the maze, first one through the maze, first one through the maze. When you're aligning, you're unfolding a map and going, okay, taking a breath, like here's where we have to go, right? So a lot of times hustle feels like, can't catch my breath. And alignment feels like, take a deep breath. Here's what we're doing. Do you guys feel the difference in that in terms of how you think about things? The other thing I hear people say a lot of times is, I have a side hustle, right? It's my side hustle. I have 3 side hustles or whatever. Here's the thing, when you verbalize that, when you bring that into the experience, you're putting into your subconscious that whatever this side hustle thing is it's small, it's on the side, it's little. It's not the focus of what you're trying to transition into. Someone who's in alignment or puts into practice alignment versus hustle mentality sits down and says, here's where we're going to evolve this business to. Here's what my end goal is. Here's what we're going to reveal, if you will. Does that make sense? Do you agree? Give me a little thumbs up if you guys agree. And I was stuck in this phase, like a lot of you are probably now. I didn't really achieve real success in my businesses until I really got this in my core. And still to this day, I will wake up and go, I feel like I should be doing like some more stuff today, because I do have my businesses automated. I have them on autopilot for the most part. They're thriving and I have extra time. And it feels weird. It feels weird for someone that grew up that's supposed to be, you work hard, you be successful, right? You work hard and you'll be successful. So I have this extra like anxiety, almost like I should be doing something. I should be working on something. But that's just the mindset thing of changing that, right? So how do you get out of hustle into alignment? How do you do this thing, Cyndi? Like, I'm hearing what you're saying. I've been thinking hustle was a good thing. Solid work ethic is a good thing. But feeling like you have to hustle all the time is not always going to get you to your goal. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to, number 1, adopt a new philosophy. And here's how the philosophy works. Hard work doesn't equal success. Your contribution equals success. What do I mean by that? Let me give you an example. So I have an amazing travel agency. It's portable, profitable travel agency. I've had it for years. And was doing great, doing fine. Could have just kept plugging away at that, right? Was working hard at it, was my thing, right? And I decided, because I've always had early on in my career, I actually trained, coached, have won national awards for that. I decided to launch Careers on Vacation and to start a consulting travel school practice, if you will, to help people do the same thing in their businesses. But when I made that shift, I was like, well, how am I going to do, keep running the agency and do this whole big thing? I had to get really clear and aligned on what I want, not only what I wanted to do, but how was I going to do it without creating this big monster that was going to put me back into hustle, chaos, and give myself a bunch of work that I didn't want to do. So I set my priorities, and I built the clarity around what I wanted my life to look like first. And then I built the pieces, right? And fast forward to today, we help hundreds of clients and travel professionals and travel agency owners supersize their businesses. That is what our day-to-day is. But I do that primarily Tuesday through Thursday. And you're like, what? What are you talking about? So I do it on the schedule where it's not going to bring me chaos. I've created the automation, the processes, the systems, the operations that needed to happen. So I am actually not working harder. You're like, oh my gosh, what? And we still have the travel agency, by the way. We just have things on autopilot. I have people in place, right? So I made a decision that my contribution would equal my success. So now instead of affecting a few hundred families that were booking travel with me as an independent agent with a couple of, sub-agents, now I work with 100 professionals or agency owners that are helping hundreds more. So now I am helping thousands in a direct, both direct and indirect way, thousands of people get to their goal of having amazing vacations. So my contribution to supporting this community, to supporting the clients that take our programs, to continuing to run our travel agency on my terms, but my contribution is way bigger than it has ever been in my entire life. And yet I have a peaceful work-life balance, right? So that is the difference between adopting that mindset of your contribution can equal your success versus your work, 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 hustle, hustle, hustle. And to bring it, let's talk about a travel professional scenario. If you're booking 100 vacations a year and your average vacation cost is around $2,500, right? If you start targeting a different type of client, you can book 75 vacations a year, get your average trip costs up, actually do less work and make more. That's how it works in your world. Do you know how to do that? I don't know if you do. But that is how you would do that when you're in alignment, getting clear instead of run, booking 800 Carnival cruises when you should be booking 3 river cruises. Whole lot less work, whole bunch more abundance, less hustle, more alignment. And then it frees you up to do other things, travel more, grow your business, all the things, right? So that's number 1, adopt that new philosophy. Number 2, you gotta stop. You gotta stop the madness, right? Earlier I said hustle feels like, oh, I can't breathe. There's so much chaos, there's so much stress, there's so much overwhelm. You gotta stop, like huge stop sign right in front of your face. Alignment feels like a deep breath and getting clear. So you have to make a decision, a clear decision of, what's my goal? What do I want to be clear on? Right. And then you're going to have to do some things you haven't done before to get some results you've never had. Right. I'm sure you guys have heard the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. I see this every single day, especially with my clients who come into Careers on Vacation, their experience, and they're like, I've been doing this. And I'm like, what are the results? Well, they're about the same or they're getting worse, right? Because it's not working anymore. And if you keep banging your head up against the same wall, it's not going to help unless you do something different. So you have to figure out what that something different is to move you forward in your path. It's not going to feel comfortable. Alignment doesn't mean, oh, I'm riding a unicorn through the field and everything's fantastic, right? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is if you are being clear and you're taking the steps you need to take to grow your travel business, that is what will get you into and keep you into alignment. And it's going to mean you stretch out of your comfort zone. You might have to get help with something. You might have to learn something new. You might have to, come up with a new business plan, right? So figure out what's not working and then get what you need to grow to that next level. But that's never going to happen unless you stop the insanity, take a breath, right? And figure out what that thing is. And then you're going to have to decide to do some stuff different. You already know where you need help. I don't need to tell you that. You know if you're not closing good enough. You know if you're not getting enough leads. You know if you're feeling overwhelmed. Maybe you have too many clients and you're figuring out how to get your work-life balance back. Different clients have different issues. You already know what your problem is. I don't have to tell you this. What is it going to take to get you out of that, to get the help that you need to move you past it? That's when you become a business owner instead of a side hustle owner. I don't know if that makes sense, but you guys know what I'm saying, right? So that's the whole thing, guys. You got to take a moment. And there's we're in fourth quarter. We're getting ready to go into a new decade. There's never been a better time to just stop and reflect for a minute. We're coming up on the holidays. You always see that little bit of a lull. People are traveling, but they're not really booking. Take that time to get clear on what you want out of the next decade for your business. You should already be planning 3, 5, 10 years ahead. All right. The number 3 thing is commit. Hang on, I can't read my own handwriting. Commit to the things that align you. Yes. So think about this. If you're where was your travel business last year at this time? Was it smaller? Was it bigger? Was it the same? If you're really serious about getting it bigger or growing or getting your contribution to be more, but your abundance to be more, but your work to kind of scale and be less so you can have whatever you want to have, you've got to commit to those things that are going to bring you into alignment, right? Things that feel like clarity, right? Things that feel like strategy, like you're being strategic. How many of you guys have like 47 tabs open on your computer right now? And you're like, oh, Christmas cards for my clients. Oh, this marketing thing. Oh, this program I bought 5 weeks ago. You know, all the tabs are open. And then at the end of the day, you're like, blah, blah, close them all down. You only get an inch. That's the chasing the rabbit in so many directions. Things that are going to make that feel like strategy, things that feel supportive, things that feel like exhilaration instead of exhaustion, things that bring you inspiration versus, what am I doing today? What's going on? Right? So that is why, guys, I don't love the word hustle and I love the word alignment, because that shift in your thinking, that shift in how you approach things, that shift in how you move forward, that is what is going to grow any business, travel or not. So I hope you guys liked the live stream today. I know it was kind of a jam-packed quick session, but I also want to invite you. Careers on Vacation are my signature mastermind. That is what we do. It is the ultimate alignment tool for travel professionals and travel agency owners. We will teach you the tools, the training, the mindset. There was just a post in the feed today of someone who posted on YouTube. I actually don't even know who it was, but someone who's in the program right now. They didn't have the name on it, so I didn't know. But she said, look, I'm 6 weeks in. This is so much more than you expect. It's worth every penny, da, 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 da. And it's not like, yes, our training's great. Yes, we're going to get your results. That's what we do. But I want to be clear about the way I run my program versus all the other stuff that's out there. We are very clear on getting you into alignment, getting you clarity, which brings you power, which keeps you in this aligned state, which allows you to get results faster. And that is what it's about. So if you are serious about growing your travel business, I'm going to invite you to apply. We have a few spots left. I think just maybe 2 for November. And then we're going to be closing out 2020 pretty soon here. So definitely get over and apply for that. careersonvacation.com/ready now. And until I see you guys next time, I wish you so much love, so much abundance. Please give us a like or a CTR or a little love. Click that little love button below. And if you're watching on YouTube, definitely subscribe. We have new content every single week. You guys have a great week and we will see you soon. Bye, guys.